right, everyone shut the fuck up.
Wheel of Time. Reread podcast. Explicit and R freaking rated. Jono's the wild card, always talking shit. Joe's the straight man, he's a total dick. Tom calls in if he's not too busy. We are tWoTcast!
Heyo! We are tWoTcast, episode exclusive content on Patreon and maybe eventually YouTube. We don't know. We do know, but I don't know. Maybe if you're watching this on YouTube, you didn't pay us $1 a month and watched us 2 months ago.
You freeloading piece of shit.
You freeloading pieces of shit.
You specifically.
You specifically. You're viewing and or listening to tWoTcast, the Wheel of Time Reread podcast. Currently, we're going to be watching the Origins cartoon snippets, I guess. The origin stories from the Amazon Prime television show.
Not to be confused with the Origins book, Wheel of Time, which just came out today.
Or
That's
the
true,
Origin show on HBO
So
Max.
if you are watching this on YouTube and it's like January, then you know that this happened a long time ago. Spoilers for probably the TV show and also the books, I would imagine. That's our normal jam, but just throwing that out there.
By the way, Joe, do you know the difference between jam and marmalade?
Early for that.
I can marmalade my dick down your throat.
I thought you were going to go, jam.
I like jam and
With
jelly.
me as always is Jono!
Jono!
And I'm Joe, and Tom's always here for Wheel of Time content.
Study your math.
Because you missed one, you should have or two.
Man, I know, again, depending on when you're watching this, cheapskates.
Yes.
We've been doing the Wheel of Time companion for like a whole year at this point, and it's been very fun, but we've also had a ton of guests on, and just having you two in front of me is so refreshing, and I love it so much. I'm already wildly more relaxed.
Yeah. Hold on, you're talking to a guest.
Weird.
No,
You know,
you're
I've been distracted like 3 to 4 different times, like just since we started, and I've expected somebody else to jump in, and I'm just like, how does nobody?
Why isn't someone else backstage right now? I don't understand.
Yeah. Let's bring in our guest.
It's the joy of the guest is like
Yeah.
you really can kind of just shut up and sit back for quite a while if you feel like it. Like you don't really have to say anything.
It's like an
Smart
orgy.
ass comment once in a while, and
That's the joy of a guest. I don't have to do any work.
when all the whole introduction is just like, "Hey, how are you? Tell us about yourself and your show, and like what's going on." And then that, like 5 minutes goes by, and you're like, "Well, let's start the main
We
content."
used to
Now
have to talk about things.
Now we have to fill the beginning. What the fuck do we say?
I've got this
Put
next
it
to me.
down. We're not doing it.
Yeah, I know. Just sits there now. Go away,
I got
Alan.
all this stuff outside set up, ready to go, and I was like, "What am I missing?" I'm like, the book," and I'm like, "I don't need the fucking book.
Oh, I don't need that fucking book.
I don't have to read
spoilers
shit.
for the
I didn't read
TV
shit.
show, and also we say fuck a lot.
Oh,
We didn't discuss that. So spoilers.
Yeah, that's what I sort of said it. Spoilers
Says
for
it
the
before.
TV show specifically, but also
I mean-
we have a tendency of talking about the books when we're analyzing stuff from the show. So that's
or
good.
drunk.
We didn't discuss this internally. Spoilers for everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
not
good.
holding back. I'm just saying that the book stuff might not happen. That's possible. But I
Now I'm
doubt
gonna go out of my way. I'm gonna go out of my way to do it.
It's possible. Is all I'm saying.
I don't
All
see
right,
how
let's
this
get into it. So
what's
episode
that do?
1
Are you
is
about it?
episode 1's called "The Breaking of the World." We're gonna watch it on screen, which might get us flagged on YouTube. Who cares? But for Patreon, it's fine.
You guys are good.
Is this the first time for everyone seeing all of these?
No, I watched them about halfway through the first season. I realized that they existed, so I started watching them, and I went back and watched them. All, and I watched them as they
I thought
come.
these were new ones.
I
Oh,
can't.
no, these are season 1's origins. This is episode 1 through 6, season 1.
So we're doing this.
Not tonight, but just this one episode.
So our exclusive content is a year old.
Yeah, but it's in lead up to the season 2 of Origins that is now being separated from the Wheel of Time show as its own thing.
And that's
Coming
why
out
it's
soon.
exclusive content. Yeah.
The exclusive part is us talking about it.
Oh yeah, the exclusive content
I mean,
is
the
for
con-
Patreon. It's just
the
because this is on
content
Patreon.
itself.
This episode's already gotten too long. Let's watch this thing.
Yeah, holy shit.
Turn
I
up your
forgot it was
volumes.
gonna
It's
be on
gonna be
stream.
low.
I don't know. Why don't we Mystery Science Theater this shit?
It's pretty short. I just thought we would talk about it afterwards.
5 seconds ago, I said I didn't have to read shit.
For centuries, our sisters of the Aes Sedai have sought to understand the breaking of the world. 3,000 years ago, Luz Therin and the forces of light struck the Dark One and sealed him away. Before he was imprisoned, the Dark One delivered one last defiant strike. The Dark One poisoned the source of power for male Aes Sedai. With this, Luz Therin lost his mind. He murdered his beloved wife. He slew his children she bore him. His friends. His court. Everyone. The Dark One released Luz Therin from his madness, just to show him what he had done. But it wasn't Luz Therin alone who suffered. The poison spread. No male Aes Sedai was spared. And so began the breaking. The time of madness. It was a time of unchecked, unhinged rage that destroyed the world. They changed the face of the world and ended the Age of Legends. Humanity is driven to the brink of extinction. What few survivors remained are scattered across a broken and unrecognizable land. The breaking lasts for over 100 years and ends only when the last male channeler alive is gentled. By then, entire civilizations had disappeared. Centuries of progress and knowledge gone. The very lives we live today are shaped by this immeasurable loss. For those of you destined to take the shore, it would be among the most sacred of duties, as an Aes Sedai, to protect the world from another such breaking.
Well, I hope you found it gripping watching us watch TV.
I mean, you know, and that's just
Yeah.
that's just par for the course, Jenna.
I mean, I said
Yeah.
some things.
Yeah, I liked a lot of it, and I didn't like some of it.
Well,
thought
so what
all
didn't you
anime-
like?
Calling it poison, using a sword to kill Ileana.
Was that Ileana's body, or was that just somebody else at that point?
Well, I mean, at this point, why wouldn't it be Ileana? I mean, if you're gonna kill,
I don't know what.
someone,
I don't know, Jono. Was that brunette Ileana sun hair?
Ileana brown hair. There was calling it poison. You know, I don't know. I really like the way the map just kind of like crumbled. That kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that was cool.
Yeah.
I like the style of animation. I like how
Yeah,
gritty it
I
looks. I
enjoy-
like the graininess.
I enjoy
Colin-
the animation every time.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, it's correct that the Dark One healed his madness, but
Mhm.
Ishamael is, Dark One heal you. Pretty much Ishamael was the one, as the conduit there, right? So that's just
I thought
kind
it was interesting. I think this is for the show, but I
Yeah.
thought it was interesting that they painted the Dark One as like, I don't know where it is. It might be right before that.
I like how
it is beat for beat.
he looks like he's trying to get to the bathroom.
Just there, it's trying to hold in a shit. Yeah, so they illustrate the Dark One as sort of like Ishmael, essentially. You know,
What?
Ishmael.
Yeah.
But it's and obviously that's for the show, right? Like that's kind of like this is the Dark One.
Well, if they put that out in the beginning too, then you're not supposed to know that Ishmael's not the Dark One. Just like
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
everything
like
else.
that. This is sort of like to
I
me
guess that's
is
true.
sort of just for the show. People that only watch the show. That is.
And this is the
Let's
closest
watch
thing
Luce Theron holding the shit or trying to find a toilet real quick.
This is the closest thing we have to an actual prologue, right? Because
Yeah.
So I mean, not the closest thing it is, and I like the way
I don't understand.
Sorry, Jono, I cut you off for like
It's so
7 things.
annoying. It looks like someone stumbling drunk at like a fucking bathroom. At
It really does.
The dragon banner was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very much the icon from the chapter book, the chapter icons from the books,
Yeah.
which I really liked. Just a little. I mean, it was a little more elaborate, obviously, in red and gold, and not just a black and white icon. But
Yeah.
That really is trying to find the elevator in a casino in Las Vegas at 4:00 in the morning. Just like, good
I got a
luck.
shit.
That's probably any of us at Jordan Con again at 4 a.m. So one of the things
No,
I
come on, Jono. I know exactly where the bathrooms are. Jordan got.
well, just the elevator, just to get the fuck out of there. We're just I think it's actually a really cool idea that this is done as a teaching for novices too.
Yeah,
that's a
I
cool
thought that
way
was a
to-
cool aspect of it. That was definitely an interesting way to illustrate this. To kind of be like, it's an Aes Sedai telling a story to novices, and if you take the Shaw, like you need to be, kind of, and like that whole aspect of it was cool.
Yeah, so I'll give it 2 thumbs up. For the
Yeah,
most
that
part.
was pretty cool. I like these more than the show.
Well, I was gonna say my biggest problem with that is like all of that is critical information, and it seems weird that it's an extra.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, would it have been too weird for them to open every show up with a short animated thing that gives you like background knowledge?
Maybe.
Would it have been too jarring? I don't feel like it would have been.
Because there's a weird thing where like how much was or wasn't there on the show when you paused it, like they were making like a big thing on the Amazon X-ray, you could see like all these things, but at least for my fucking Roku, it really wasn't easy or convenient to get to, like to find this information, whereas this is like everything you need to know. This is literally the fucking prologue that puts together really where you start.
Also, who's that for? How many people who watches TV that engaged?
I have to say, not a lot of people watch it. I think that's why they made the decision to separate it, maybe from.
I've
season 2.
literally never watched any kind of extra for any TV show. I'm just like, if it's not.
I mean,
there
I
in
did
the
for this
then-
show, obviously, but not for. Yeah, I wouldn't do it for.
You do it because you're one of the best critics of the Wheel of Time. There,
You know what I used to make fun of all the time is after, and they do it for House of Dragon too, but after Game of Thrones, the writers would come on and be like, and this is why that episode was important. And they're
Man,
almost telling the audience like what to think, sort of.
Yeah.
And I noticed when they started
out of
doing
that, too.
that show picked up like a lot, and it started getting like after the episode, watch this inside peek, and it's just like, and this is why this scene is so dramatic, and you're just like, you're literally telling us how to think. It's insane, kind of. And people would just like watch it and be like, I'm eating it up, I love it, and I'm like, they're really like,
I don't even
really
watch
just,
that.
like, tooting their own horn.
Sometimes it's
Like,
relevant.
The second the
But,
episode ends, I'm like, lights.
Yeah, see ya.
I don't mind watching it, but there's times where I'm like the problem is like there's one way to do it where like here's an explanation, but there's some ways where you're just kind of watching it like we're really trying to explain why we fucked up, but this is our way of trying to
That's what I
whitewash.
got from Game of Thrones. It was like every episode where, especially the last season, the season before, season 7 and season 8, where like it was just nonstop that kind of feel. Like it was just like, why are you're basically just justifying the decisions you're making at this point.
Yeah.
If I can't tell from the episode,
Yeah.
I don't understand the point.
Yeah,
The sword is weird.
Oh, that is illegal.
Yes. It also seems like a short sword too, right?
This was cool.
That was
I love
interesting.
that. Like
Yeah.
this is what's in his brain or what he thinks is happening, and then the other reflection is like, that's reality. You're covered in blood and you killed people.
No, that's actually, if you look at it, that's on the dollar bill. That's Ben Franklin's.
Oh,
office.
it's
Yeah.
Jorge Washington.
Yeah, no, yeah. I changed dollar bills to this 100. Jesus.
Does that look like the actor?
I
don't remember. I forgot what he looked like.
It resembles him. I don't think it looks like him. I think it resembles
I know
him.
we only saw him so briefly. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if they.
You're talking about from
Tried
Winter
to-
Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We're talking about Max Power.
I was about to say I can't believe you remember his name, and then that's pretty easy to remember.
Why? Why would I not? This part I
Austin's
loved.
husband. Yeah.
This is
Max
awesome. It's a cool shot of like what it might have looked like at the Age of Legends, and then just explosion.
Yeah.
Just everyone's dead. This was really cool. I love the formation of Dragon Mount too. Like that was like the devastation in this.
Yeah, Gollum
I
was
went-
not looking happy
It's
there.
really hard to go back for like a millisecond, but the devastation, right when these like floating on the mountaintop there or the peak. Like look at how much lava and shit is around in the background, or fire in general. Like wow.
They honestly make the breaking seem much worse than I realized.
Well,
I mean, and that's just Luce Theron. Like that's not even like everyone else that went crazy too.
It kind of made me
but-
consider when the first book came out, and then when he must have started to get the idea, and it's probably during the Cold War when everybody was afraid they were going to get nuked.
Yeah, old Merc and what's
old
it?
Merc, yeah, Merc and Merca. No, that's not right.
No,
Merc and Rusk.
Rusk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merc.
Yeah, but anyway, I thought this one was really cool. I mean, there's gonna be I think there's one or two that I'm like that was all right, but this one I thought was all right.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Yeah, okay.
Again,
Well,
I don't know what the others are. This one though, this information seems critical.
No.
yeah,
no.
I mean, so like John
To
said,
write
it's kind
into
of
the show.
It's kind of like the closest thing to the prologue of book one you'll ever get, really. You know,
I think we watched like a one about the story of Manetheren or whatever, and like that's bonus material. This is important material.
Yeah, and
the
this is
story of
obviously
Manetheren,
Italian-
Tom, is episode 2, which we'll do in just a few minutes.
Okay.
But for you, it'll be a week. And
Yeah.
if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be whenever we feel like putting this out.
Oh, I thought this library looked badass too.
Did they read everything on scrolls though? I felt that was weird.
Not necessarily,
That was just
but-
the scroll portion of the library joke. Come on.
Oh, okay.
It's like- if I showed you a
Just
picture of me looking at
proclamation,
microfiche in the
milord.
library, you wouldn't think that everything was microfiche.
I guess.
I just like to say microfiche.
I also really like. I know the Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time logo is altered for the show, but I really like the hand-drawn, painted version.
Yeah, I do too.
I thought that was really cool. All right, that was episode 1.
Oh, my final comment. Written by Randy
Yeah.
Park. It says at the end there.
Yeah.
Underneath it should be in parentheses and just say sort of. I mean, it's straight from the book.
sort of.
Sort of. He did make it theoretically from the
Yeah.
Aes Sedai's perspective. And teaching it to
Adapted
novices.
by.
As adapted by. Adapted for the
Yeah.
screen by Randy
Yeah,
Park.
that would be a little better.
Randy Park
Rogue.
is Rafe Jukin's second name too. Starts with R, just like our spelling.
You'll never not say Judkins.
I always get it wrong.
That's tWoTcast for this super short exclusive episode. See you next week.
Yeah, so many more to come.
So am I.
Yeah. I guess I'll play the outro. Should I?
Yeah. Hey, you should probably.
Among the first to start, the tWoTcast was so smart to lovingly bash our favorite books. But that was long ago, and now they've grown the show, and now they got us in their hooks. Don't throw coins to these bastards, they need bars of gold at least. Someone please keep them afloat. Now let's listen as they once again ramble through a book. Let's get the fucking quote. One of them is Tom, but he is barely on. Sometimes he calls into the show. Another one is Jono. Is he their joker? Oh no. And Joe, is he the stupid one? Welcome to the tWoTcast. We will share our love for books and all our hate in every episode. We'll entertain you, make you laugh so hard you barely can stand up. That is the tWoTcast code.